Shri Hardeep Puri to reply the discussion.
Mr. Chairman, sir, I am deeply grateful to the honorable members, 8 of them who have expressed unreserved, unqualified support for the bill. I am equally appreciative of those members who, in spite of their presence here, have chosen to support the bill without articulating that support. I think the bill which is before the House has both a historical context and is living testimony, if any were required, what happens to a great city if it is allowed to be subjected to neglect, and I choose my words carefully, Mr. Chairman, sir, neglect bordering on the criminal. The problems of Delhi have not started when the Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, assumed responsibility for governance in the country in May 2014. Delhi is an ancient city, sir. The land territory of Delhi, that is the total land available in Delhi, was the same in 1947 as it is today. And yet, the population, sir, has gone up in Delhi from 7 lakhs or 8 lakhs in 1947 to what must be close to 2.5 crores today. And the problems were visible even 20 years ago. It is the then Congress government which in 2006, facing action from the Honorable Delhi High Court and the Apex Court, the Supreme Court, decided to bring in legislation to provide protection for 1 year. Because these problems should have been attended to in 2006 and earlier. Because the problem of large demographic shifts, large numbers of people coming from rural, semi-rural, tier 2 and tier 3 cities to Delhi has been evident for so many years. But the problem should have been addressed by the GNCTD, the government of the National Capital Territory of Delhi, in 2006 earlier, but was not addressed, and hence 1 year legislation was coming in from 2006 to 2011. It was in 2011, again when the problem should have been addressed, a bill was brought to provide this protection for 3 years. Sir, when I had the privilege of being associated with the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, I'm talking about September 2017, we were in active consultation with the Honorable Chief Minister of Delhi and his colleagues, and we were saying, when will you complete the verification so that we can begin the process of identifying the encroachments, the unauthorized colonies, and providing relief? Sir, it's not the poor people who live there. They are poor because our policies were poor. Large number of people moved from rural areas, tier 2 and 3 cities to Delhi, and the city must either be able to provide space for them, living habitation. I don't like to use the word slums. I think it's a term which never we should be used. These are informal settlement. But when people come looking for livelihood and they find space, they will have the tendency, this is a world phenomena visible the world over. They will settle down wherever they have. Hence, something like Jhuggi Jhompadi and that JJ clusters comes into being. Sir, when in 2017, after active consultation, we learned that the Delhi government, including the Chief Minister, were not entirely, we came to that assessment, they were not entirely seized with the situation. It's in 2019, we learned, and they told us in writing, that they needed another 2 years to complete the verification process. It is at that point of time, Honorable Chairman, sir, that the Honorable Prime Minister decided enough is enough. We will bring legislation into Parliament. And therefore, in 2019, this legislation came. Sir, I remember the day very vividly, because my daughter was getting married, and instead of attending my daughter's marriage, I was in the House presenting the bill in the Lok Sabha. And under that, we have today put in place a system which has identified the unauthorized colonies, not all. Some of my colleagues will say there are some 69 belonging to HNIs or high net worth individual, but we are on record to have said we'll complete this work sequentially and then we'll move on to the others. Sir, another reason why this extension is required for 3 years, the master plan 2041 is in the final stages. And the master plan will require the agencies concerned, the DDA, the MCD, to be able to manage the changes which are coming in on a variety of subjects which are covered by the master plan, which have had widespread consultation to produce an orderly transition. Sir, it will be our effort that in the next 3 years, as soon as we will be able to complete a substantial portion of that, because the verification has been done, the pace, sir, the legislation came into being in 2019 end, and in the beginning of 2020, we were facing the pandemic. And in the pandemic, for 2020 and 21, virtually no ground level work could be done. So today, if we have registered 4,000, I think in order to complete the process, we have to register another 4 lakhs. I apologize, because there are about 40 lakh people living in these unauthorized colonies, and if an average household has 4, then we have to register about 8 to 10 lakh households. We've already done 4 lakhs, we need to do more, and we need to expedite the transition. The honorable members who have spoken today have given us a lot of useful suggestions. All of them have been taken on board, and I can say with a degree of confidence that whether it is what Dr. Thambidurai said about slum dwellers, what the other members have said, these have in fact already been incorporated in the master plan, and we are today in the happy situation of being able to say that the work, the identification is gaining pace. It will be our effort to do more, and sooner than later. And I thank all these, my colleagues in the opposition. I would have liked the members of the 2 parties which should have addressed the problem, which did not address the problem. They are here today, but I want them to join in this effort to make up for the lost time so that the orderly transition which is required to be obtained will be done so. So I thank the House for the support, and I move that the bill be submitted.